Hello everyone, today I'm going to go over my top 10 favorite kick-ass moments from the Terminator films. Here we go. Now in this video I'm going to share 10 kick-ass moments from all 6 Terminator films. There are just too many awesome, amazing moments throughout the films. And yeah, there have been highs, there have been some really low lows, and some surprises here and there with the Terminator franchise. So I try to balance it out. If I happen to not mention a moment from the films that you love, feel free to share your favorite moments down in the comments below. Let me know what your favorite kick-ass moments from the Terminator films are. Starting at number 10 is the final confrontation at the dam in Terminator Dark Fate, where you have the Rev 9 there, and it's Carl, Grace, Danny, and Sarah Connor. I love it where he says, "You and I were built for the same purpose." He's like, "I came from a future like that. It didn't work." I love that confrontation between the Rev 9 and the T-800 named Carl. I also love it where it's just like, "You don't know her. She's a stranger. Why not just hand her over to me?"
Because we're not machines, you metal motherfucker.
I love that moment. I love it when Sarah says that. I love the confrontation, the fight they have with Grace, Carl fighting the Rev 9, Sarah helping Danny. I just love the way it's choreographed there. It's not long enough like the previous fights, but it does have some cool moments of the Rev 9. Shows you what kind of built he is compared to the T-800. And it shows you too that the T-800, while being old, he's not obsolete. He's still a brute force machine, and I love it. After that, at number 9 is the final confrontation in Terminator Salvation. I love Terminator Salvation, but what I love the most is that Arnold reveal. Yeah, the CGI is weak, but I just love it. I was not expecting to see a younger Arnold. We get to see that early T-800 Arnold from T1. I love that confrontation with John, him meeting up with Kyle Reese and that whole fight they have in that factory. Such an awesome moment with the music and everything, him busting the door down and it panning up to reveal Arnold, the T-800. I just love that moment, probably my favorite moment from Terminator Salvation. After that, at number 8 is the Skynet assault at the beginning of Terminator Genisys. I love this. This is like the last level of Terminator Dawn of Fate. This is like right before Terminator 1, you know, where they go to Skynet Central, attack it, and they're about to win the war. I just love the opening here. I would have loved it to use more models and more animatronics. We get to see a little bit, but the endoskeletons are computerized, but I just love seeing all of TechCom's units just assault Skynet, and Skynet have all these machines, have that little like kind of like hunter-killer crab-looking machine with like the miniguns. I just love that. And Kyle Reese and John Connor just making their way through each wave of Skynet to go to the central hub where the time displacement center is. I just love that. That whole opening is what I wanted from a Terminator movie. Just get me a Terminator movie that's all in the future, like the opening of T2 in this film. Such a cool moment for any Terminator fan out there. After that, at number 7 is the rise of the machines in Terminator 3. Terminator 3 is a mixed bag, but I love the rise of the machines. I love it when Skynet becomes self-aware. That's where the movie really kicks up into high gear. I just love the TX there, disguising herself as Catherine Brewster. T-850 taking her out, she's like, she'll be back. And I just love the whole just assault Skynet does on Skynet headquarters, all the human civilians, all the casualties. I love it when Arnold goes to the ventilation shaft and then gets like the minigun and starts taking out the other early like hunter-killer T1 machine. I just love that moment. That's such a cool moment where just chaos occurs, and I love it. I love seeing the rise of the machines in this incarnation. After that, at number 6 is the T-1000 bike morph. I love the whole attack on Cyberdyne, but I really love the moment where the T-1000 has a police bike. You know, he has like the aviator glasses. He's going up the stairs, he sees a helicopter, crashes through the window, goes through, busts his head, and then morphs, and he's just like, get out. Not only is it a cool callback to T1 with the tanker scene, but also the T-1000 like morphing, like the Capri Sun guy. Yeah, I love the liquid metal T-1000. I always loved it. growing up, and then seeing that, like, T2 still the best film as far as special effects compared to the sequels, but that's such a cool T-1000 moment. A mix of practical effects and CGI. Very well done. After that, at number 5, my favorite moment is the last "I'll be back" that Arnold Schwarzenegger said. In Terminator Genisys, they have a helicopter chase, and I just love it. Yes, it's absurd, but I just love it, where he's just like, "I'll be back." And she's like, "What?" And he jumps out, and you have the music, and he freaking skydives and kamikazes himself into a helicopter stopping like the T-3000 John. I love that. Such a cool, badass moment. Not only of him saying, "I'll be back," then just like getting off the helicopter, skydiving in there, and then boom. That is like old school Arnold. Like, I had a smile on my face when I saw that. Like, yeah, he's old, but like I said earlier, he's not obsolete, and that was just a badass Arnold moment out of the films. I just love it. After that, at number 4 is the bike tanker chase in T2, where the T-1000 finds John at the mall. I love it. He has the truck there, and Arnold needs to catch up to John. I love the confrontation with the sawn-off shotgun, him like riding along on the side while they're like in this like under area, under the freeway. I love it. I love him going off, landing, and then barely missing the truck, getting John, and then circling back with the shotgun, and then boom. I just love that whole sequence. That is just a pure adrenaline ride, and one of the best action sequences on film. Terminator 2 is just one amazing kick-ass action movie, and that has been mimicked in the other sequels, and I just love that scene. Such a perfect introduction for the T-800 and John Connor, and then the first confrontation they had after the mall. I love it. After that, at number 3 is the Tech Noir scene in Terminator 1. I love it where Sarah is at the Tech Noir. She's hiding. She thinks Kyle Reese is a serial killer going around, but then Arnold's there. I love it. Burning in the third degree, you know? You got me burning. You have that whole scene there where she like barely misses a T-800, and then when he does find her, Kyle Reese reveals himself, and I just love it with the shotgun. It's just like... And you have that scene where he goes through the glass. That was again used in Terminator 2, but I just love it. And then him telling Sarah Connor's like, "Come with me if you want to live." Such an amazing moment from the start of when Sarah enters the nightclub of the Tech Noir all the way to the end and when they escape. Such a well choreographed sequence, well directed and edited. Just everything comes together and creates just movie magic, a memorable moment from the first Terminator. After that, at number 2 is "I'll Be Back" from Terminator 1. I love it. This is the reason why Arnold says "I'll be back" in every movie. And it's such a cool moment where he's trying to find Sarah Connor. He's like, "Can I please talk to Sarah Connor?" And she's like, "She's busy. Come back later," or whatever. You have to have an appointment. And he's like looking around, you know, he's like basically measuring to see what the size of the office is. And he's just like, "I'll be back." What makes that line so cool is he goes out, you think he's gone. He crashes a car through the police station. That's when he starts his raid in the police station. Kills all the police and tries to find Sarah Connor. Damn, such a memorable kick-ass moment from the Terminator series, and just cemented Arnold's greatest line in movie history.
"I'll be back."
And finally, my favorite kick-ass moment from Terminator is another iconic line from Terminator 2, where you think the T-1000 is defeated. They just had that tanker chase. I love it. He like goes off and rolls. They're in the factory, and the T-1000's there, and he's like kind of frozen. He's like, psh, psh, psh. He's like breaking off, and then you think he's frozen. Arnold gets the gun, and he's just like, "Hasta la vista, baby." Just goes everywhere, and you think he's defeated. Of course he comes back, but that's such an awesome, badass moment from Terminator. It just says that iconic line and then destroys a T-1000. A brief moment of hope, but a memorable line like "I'll be back." And it's probably my favorite kick-ass moment from the Terminator films. There are so many moments I did not mention from Terminator, especially the first 2 films. You can make a top 10 video just on those 2 films alone, but if there is a moment that I did not mention, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. What are your favorite kick-ass moments from the Terminator films? Feel free to let me know down in the comments below. You can also follow me at Fred Film Fanatic on Stardust and Instagram. And feel free to check out these videos for more content, subscribe, and yeah, till next time everyone, there is no fate but what we make for ourselves.